So think about the last time you took a trip. I bet you spent hours, maybe even days, planning the perfect hotel, figuring out all the activities. But how much time did you spend thinking about how you'd actually get from place to place? Today, we're going to dive into a part of travel we often overlook, transportation. We're going to explore the different businesses that get you there and figure out what really makes each one tick.
I mean, it's the question every single traveler has to answer, right? You've got the flight confirmation, you've got the hotel room key waiting for you, but the journey itself isn't just one big hop. No, it's a whole series of connections, and picking the right ride for each leg of that journey is absolutely crucial.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll lay down the ground rules, the key factors that really separate one service from another. Then, we're going to journey through the different options. You've got your long-haul giants, the total freedom of being your own driver, and of course, the services that handle that critical last mile. By the end of this, you'll have a complete roadmap for choosing your perfect ride, every time. Okay, let's get right into it. Before we can start comparing, planes and trains, we need to be on the same page. We need a common set of criteria. So what are the fundamental building blocks that make these travel businesses so different from one another? Well, it really all boils down to these 6 things. You can think of them like 6 different levers that a transportation company can pull. How far are you going? How fast? What's the cost? What's the level of service? How much flexibility do you have? And what's that overall customer experience like? Every single option we're about to look at is just a different mix of these 6 ingredients.
Let's kick things off with the heavy hitters. I'm talking about the services that are designed to cross entire countries and even continents. When you have a serious distance to cover, you're usually looking at one of 2 main choices.
And first up, of course, are the airlines. When it comes to pure speed and international travel, this is the undisputed champion. I mean, if you need to get from New York to Tokyo, this is pretty much your only real option. The whole airline experience is this fascinating trade-off. It's a super structured system, right? You've got fixed routes, tight security, different service classes from economy to first. What you're really doing is you're trading your own flexibility for just incredible speed and the amazing ability to cross oceans in a matter of hours. And this quote just nails it. Everything an airline does, from its mind-bogglingly complex schedules to all those security protocols, it's all designed to do one thing and one thing only: move you across enormous distances as fast as humanly possible. Now let's switch tracks, so to speak, and look at our other long-haul option, rail services. Trains have been the backbone of land travel for, centuries, and they offer a completely different experience compared to flying. Now, just like airlines, trains stick to fixed schedules. But that's pretty much where the similarities end. Rail travel is often way more eco-friendly, and the whole focus shifts from just pure speed to the journey itself. You're sacrificing a little bit of time, sure, but in exchange for a more relaxed, scenic, and kind of grounded experience. And that really sums up the choice perfectly. A lot of the time, a train will drop you right in the city center, which means you get to skip that long trip from some airport miles away. It's just a more accessible and sustainable way to travel between major cities. So when you put them side by side, the choice becomes crystal clear. Airlines are all about conquering global distances at max speed. Rail services, they're about accessible, sustainable travel across the land. You could say one is all about the destination, while the other is a little more about the journey itself. Okay, let's totally shift gears now. We've talked about what it's like to be a passenger, but what about being the pilot of your own adventure? Well, this is where car rental companies enter the picture. The business model here is just fundamentally different. They aren't selling you a seat on their vehicle, they're basically selling you the vehicle itself, at least for a little while. You are in complete 100% control. You set the route, you set the schedule, you even control the playlist. It's tailor-made for the traveler who just craves independence. And listen, this distinction is everything. Airlines and trains, they're selling you transportation. But car rental companies, they're selling you access to a tool, the car, that gives you absolute control and flexibility. It's a totally different game.
Okay, so you've landed, you've stepped off the train, you can almost smell the hotel lobby, but you're not at the hotel yet. So how do you bridge that final gap? This is the vital role played by airport transfer services.
These services are the specialists of the last mile. Think about things like shuttle buses, or pre-booked taxis, or those private chauffeur services. Their entire reason for being is to provide a seamless, stress-free link between a big transport hub and your final destination. It is all about pure convenience.
And this is the complete opposite of a car rental. Here, you're back to being a passenger. You're hiring a driver and a car for one very specific job, getting you from point A to point B with zero hassle. You're trading all that control we just talked about for pure, simple convenience.
All right, we've looked at all the individual players in the game. Now, let's bring them all together and see how they stack up side by side. This is the moment where it all really clicks into place.
This chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? You can see the trade-offs so clearly. Look at airlines. Service level is high, distance is long, but your flexibility is super low. Now look at car rentals. It's the mirror image. Flexibility is through the roof, but the service level is low because, well, you're the one doing all the work. And then you've got rail and airport transfers kind of finding that balance in the middle, each one perfectly designed for a specific kind of trip.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that there is no single best way to travel. The best choice is actually a mix. It's a puzzle that you solve based on the unique needs of your trip. Are you trying to cross an ocean? Are you exploring a countryside? Or are you just trying to get from the airport to your hotel? Each of those questions has a very different answer.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. You know, we've gone from trains to planes to the incredible convenience of hailing a car with an app on our phone. As technology just keeps accelerating, with things like autonomous vehicles or even hyperloops on the horizon, what's this chart going to look like in another 20 years? What will be the next great innovation in just getting there? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.